Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ricky J. Welcome to another BMF Grand Prix matchup, and today we have another wild one. It's going to be Anderson the Spider Silva, one of my favorite fighters, going up against Mark Hunt, one of the most bruising heavyweights of all time. This guy can throw a punch, and he can keep on coming. This is going to be a tough fight for Anderson. And I know you're waiting for it. Just before this fight, in the back, I actually spoke to our good buddy Anderson Silva, asking him his thoughts on the fight, and this is what he said.
Well, for me, for this fight, I think that Mark, good fighter. He can make for punching, he can make for kicking, he can make for fighting, but his cardio not so good. I have to say he's a bit fat, but for me, as long as I do what I do, throw my punch, my knee, I would be okay. And then after, you guessed it, I'm gonna go for Burger King. I like the chicken strips that they have is good. Always go for Whopper for me is good, but this should be fun fight. Thank you, Ricky, and all the best. Or shall I say, all the best?
I always love doing Anderson's voice. He is, one of the most scariest fighters, especially in his prime, of all time. And I cannot wait to see how this fight goes down. But before we forget, I just want to shout you guys out from the previous video, the video with Jorge Masvidal and Justin Gaethje. Thank you so much for the support. I always love shouting you guys out. And look at this, Nate Diaz. He said, Ricky quietly cornering the market on MMA impersonations. Thanks, brother. The thing is, there's nobody else doing impersonations. So am I taking over the market? Who knows, man. Thank you so much for the support. Joshua says a better ending couldn't be written for that fight. It was, man. Wasn't it crazy? Holy, what a crazy finish that was. And it was so cool to see that we actually got it on tape. Mello says these literally are almost as good as the real thing. They are a lot of fun. It's funny because obviously this is fake, but when you're actually watching it, you kind of feel like it's the real thing kind of going on. You know what I mean? I love doing these simulation tournaments, that's for sure. Thanks, Mello, brother. Martin says, this is literally the best AI fight I've ever seen. We need a rematch. Maybe after this tournament, man, we'll see Justin and Jorge throw it down again. Tan of Camados, I love that name, says Nick needs Ricky J to run his social media. That's so funny. Tennyson says, LMAO, it feels like I really am listening to Nick Diaz getting interviewed. Thanks, brother. You know what? I'm not going to come on here and talk because these guys, they're on steroids. But here we go, man. I'll scroll down and show you guys some of the other comments. As always, thank you so much. But this fight for Anderson, you got to watch out for Mark Hunt's power. And you all know, if you guys have been playing this game, if you've been watching my fights, my videos, these heavyweights just do so much damage when they fight lighter fighters. So if Anderson's going to stand there and try to Chris Lieben, Mark Hunt, remember that fight? Holy cow. He's going to have a tough time because he just can't absorb the shots of Mark Hunt. And Mark's stamina is pretty good, It's not the greatest, but he's going to be able to bully his way forward and use that outstanding boxing, that aggressive, style of just pushing forward and landing bombs. So in my opinion, I know you're going to think this is crazy, but when it's on the feet, it's got to be advantage Mark Hunt, And I don't think the Anderson AI is going to be shooting for... he doesn't want to touch gloves. I don't think it's going to be shooting for takedowns, so this is going to be tough. But Anderson's got to use his head movement, got to use his speed, his footwork, and try to gas out Mark Hunt. And hopefully... already landing shots. Hopefully tire him out in the later rounds. But look at Mark Hunt. He's not even tired. And he already looks like he's kind of doing the old Walking Dead impression. Just zombieing forward. You notice that? His animation? Look at him. And already Anderson seems to be in trouble. And Anderson's just content with hanging out against the cage. I don't agree with that, man. I feel like he needs to stick and move. You know what this fight reminds me of? I can't remember the names of the fighters. Remember UFC 1? That, I forget his name, but it was that Taekwondo guy He was the bald Taekwondo guy just wearing the Taekwondo pants going up against that Hawaiian wrestler. I could be wrong. This is bringing back memories of that fight, isn't it? The name's on the tip of my tongue, but let me know in the comments if you remember those two guys. But right away, man, you got to say advantage Mark Hunt. Using his power and stalking Anderson. Nice head movement by Anderson, though. Anderson's got to throw some kicks. There you go. He's got to throw some kicks and try to soften the block of Mark here. Oh! It's crazy. It just seems like everything Hunt lands, everything that he lands is stifling Anderson. That's what Anderson needs to do. There he goes. Every time Hunt misses, his stamina really goes down. See that? And that's what the Anderson Silva AI needs to do. Use that head movement. I wouldn't throw unless Mark... Oh! Mark starts missing, but he is landing. But I'm noticing that stamina is being taxed by Hunt. Oh my gosh. Another rock. This is crazy. This is crazy. Anderson Silva being totally, destroyed on the feet, man. This is kind of surprising just because you would think that he would at least, rock Mark at least once. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this fight's done. It is done. Oh, it's not. Silva hanging in there. It's like those punches woke him up because he looked like he was out. Oh my gosh. Desperation mode. Oh my gosh. But Mark's stamina is really low. He can't really land some crazy shots. He's giving himself an opportunity to regain his stamina. But Anderson throwing up a triangle. Is he going to have enough time though? About 15 seconds. 2 more gates. Oh my gosh. Where's Chael Sonnen? 3 seconds. It's over. Anderson pulls out the Houdini. The Houdini act right there. David Blaine, Chris Angel, whatever you want to call it. Anderson Silva pulls off the unthinkable and gets the choke with how many? I think it was like 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Right in the nick of time. There you have it. Oh my goodness. And now Anderson's moving on. Holy cow, I can't believe he pulled that off. But he's going to be facing the winner of the Ferguson-Yoel Romero fight. And I can't wait for that. I'm working on my Romero impression. Hopefully I don't butcher it in the next video. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's crazy. You know what's crazy? If you had to run this fight back, 10 times, I would think Mark Hunt would win 9 out of 10. So this is crazy. Anderson Silva's moving on to the next round. But keep it locked here, and I'll give you guys the next fight in the next few days. All right, guys? This is Ricky J, man, and as always, you are awesome, baby.
Are you intoxicated or something?